Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Let's Compete with Paranjali. So today we are going to discuss about the test series has given by the KGS from Khan sir, and the subject today I am going to solve for you all is geography, that's astronomy. Questions are all based on astronomy, and if you are going through the question, this is the question. The questions are very up to the level, I will tell this. And questions are, you have to go thoroughly towards your 11th 12th syllabus of NCERT books. Let's see the questions. They have given the questions very good. Yeah, I must tell this, up to the mark. So let's discuss this. Question number 1, आई एम डिस्कसिंग इन इंग्लिश मीडियम एंड हिंदी मीडियम वाले बच्चे इस साइड में देख सकते हैं, आंसर वही होगा आपका. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. ओके फाइन. दिस इज इंग्लिश मीडियम एंड एट दिस साइड इट इज रिटन इन हिंदी. फाइन. Question number 1 is, which ancient astronomer proposed the geocentric model according to which the earth is at the center of the universe? Fine. So answer will be option C, Ptolemy. Okay, option C will be the answer. I am doing a tick for you all. Option C will be the answer. Fine. Next question is who proposed the heliocentric model in which the sun is placed at the center of the solar system? Option C will be the answer in this also, Johannes Kepler. Fine. Option C will be the answer, Johannes Kepler. Next is question, who formulated 3 laws of planetary motion which started that planet revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits? Option are C. Answer will be same. Answer will be same. Yeah, answer will be same, Johannes Kepler. Answer is same, Johannes Kepler. Next is, which important discovery of Edwin Hubble strengthened the concept of expansion of the universe? In this also, option C is the correct answer, redshift of galaxy. Next is question number 5. What does Kepler's first law of planetary motion state? So here will be the answer. Answer is option B. The planet revolves around the sun in elliptical orbits with the sun at one focus. Fine. Let's go to see in Hindi medium. I will solve for you also. Option C is here. Okay. Question number 2, C. Question number 3, C. Question number 4 is also C, redshift of galaxy. Question number 5 will be option B, that's this, and over here also B. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Okay. Question number 6, they have given, Varamihira explained the scientific cause of lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse mentioned in which ancient Indian text? Option D will be the answer. Option D will be the answer, Panchsidhantika. Okay. Fine. Now next question is what is the theory that states that the universe originated from an extremely hot, dense point and has been expanding ever since. Option B will be the answer, your Big Bang theory. Next is match the following theories with their proponents. See, this is the match the following. Big Bang theory is given by Ab George Lamentier. Okay, fine. Equilibrium theory is given by Herman Body and Thomas Gold. Okay. And option C, matlab oscillation theory is given by Dr. Alan Sandage. And D, inflation theory is given by Alan Guth. So our option A will be the answer, A3, B1, C4, D2. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the question number 9. With reference to the recently discovered most distant radio loud quasar, consider the following statements. Now you have to see whether the statements are correct or wrong. Okay, fine. The statements are given as quasar is the biggest object in a galaxy that emits a jet at radio frequency. Okay. Second is the term quasar is short for quasi-stellar radio source and they were first discovered in 1960s. Okay, 1960s. Three is most quasars have very little radio emission but still emits ultraviolet, infrared, X-rays and gamma rays. So our all three options are correct. So our answer will be D. What will be the answer? Option D. So over here for Hindi medium, you may see option D, option 7 Big Bang theory, option 8 question number 8 option A, question number 9 option D. Okay, now let's move to the next question number 10. As they have given, each question has two statements given assertion A and reason R. You have to examine both the statement carefully and select the answer using the code given below. So assertion is given as quasar emits only radio waves and visible light. Okay, in previous question we have studied about this. And reason is quasar emit energy in many parts of the electromagnetic spectrum, including ultraviolet, infrared, X-rays and gamma rays. So answer will be option A. Both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. So let's move to the question number 11. Stars are mainly composed of two gases, and which are the two gases? The gases are hydrogen and helium. Over here this is an option, it is given only 2 but it is of 3. Hydrogen, helium and lithium also. But in the option hydrogen and helium is the correct answer, option B. Question number 12 is what is the process of energy production in stars called in which hydrogen turns into helium? So in this, option A will be the answer, nuclear fusion. Next is question number 13. In the life cycle of massive star, at least 8 to 10 times of mass of the sun, which is the following sequence represent the correct event before its end? So let's see. Supernova, black hole. This will be your answer. Option B. Okay. So I told you option B. Option C will be the correct answer. Proto star, red giant, then supernova, and then it's turned to neutron star or black hole. Fine. Let's move to the question number 14. As in Hindi medium, it is given over here. So option A is the answer. Fine. Option A. Question number 11. Helium and hydrogen. Question number 12. Nuclear fusion. Question number 13, option C. Okay, fine. Let's move to the question number 14 then. Consider the following statements regarding strawberry moon. So, what is the strawberry moon? It is given over here. It is the full moon of June, commonly called strawberry moon because of its red or pink color. Really? Okay, fine. Let's move to the another one. The Algonquin tribes of North America named this full moon to indicate the time when wild strawberries were ready to be harvested. Okay, fine. This is correct. Next is, it is also sometimes called honey moon because it is honey harvesting season. Okay, fine. Let's see. Option 4, the strawberry moon is a super moon event, which means it will be closest to Earth and appear larger than usual. I don't think this is right. So option 1, 2, 3 might be one will be wrong because this is not it is not like that red color hai ya pink color hai. No, it's not that. Okay, but option your will be 1, 2, 3 will be correct. Option C. Option C. Fine. Next is, consider the following statements. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar determined the Chandrasekhar limit 1.44 solar masses in the year 1930. This is correct. Okay. Second is, star within the limit become the white dwarfs, while stars with remnant mass above it turn into neutron stars or black holes. This is also correct. Next is option statement 3. Chandrasekhar limit is determined by the mass of the main state star. Wrong. So our answer will be only 1 and 2. So option B will be the answer. Okay, fine. Next is question number 16. What is the period taken by the sun to complete one revolution around the center of the galaxy called? It is cosmic year. It is cosmic year. Oh God. Lokic verse. That's Lokic verse. Okay, fine. Option B will be the answer. Over here it is given same. Option B will be the answer. Lokic verse. This you I will tell that to keep it in pending. I will do it for next time for you all. Question number 16. Fine. I am circling over here. Question number 16. Fine. Let's move to the next one. Question number 17. Consider the following statement regarding to the shape of galaxies. Galaxies appear in the variety of shapes including elliptical, spiral and irregular shape. Fine. Now next statement is, in 2005 the Spitzer Space telescope established that our galaxy has a weird spiral shape. Fine. Which of the above statement is or are correct? So our question number 17 answer is only one. Fine. Only one is the correct. Let me see. Both, okay, sorry. Both one and two is correct. Both 1 and 2 is correct. Next is consider the following statement. The color of stars is an indicator of their chemical composition. Right? Next is red color stars are hotter than the blue color stars. This is wrong. Only one is the correct one. That is the color of stars is an indicator of their chemical composition. This is right. Okay. But your option statement 2 is absolutely wrong, because red color denotes the most coolest star and blue color denotes the most hottest star. Fine. So option over here only one is correct, so A will be the answer. Next is question number 19. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below as it's below the list. Okay. Red is coolest star. Right? Red is coolest star and blue is hottest star, as I told before, and yellow is color of the sun. You all know that yellow is color of the sun, and white is relatively hot but colder than the blue. Right? So option will be A. Next is question number 20. Question number 20 of KGS test series. Question number 20 is our assertion is given over here. It is not possible to see black hole directly through telescope. Yeah, it's right. No, we can't see. Due to its extremely high density, its strong gravitational field does not allow any kind of radiation, even light rays, to escape. This is correct. Yeah, this is correct. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. This statement is correct. So A is the answer. Fine. Question number 21. Who first gave information about the black hole theory? Albert Einstein gave the theory about the black hole theory in brief. Many gave, but Albert Einstein, he gave the theory in brief, and it was fully meaningful, proven. Yeah. Next is question number 22. Which of the following statements is incorrect about supernova? Supernova are extremely luminous astronomical phenomena. Next is all types of stars end as supernova. No. Statement C. Shock waves generated by supernova propagate into surrounding medium. No. Next is supernova can be sources of cosmic ray. This is correct. Okay. Option C is also correct. Shock waves generated by the supernova propagate into the surrounding medium. Yeah, this is also correct. So your option B is incorrect about supernova. Fine. Next is question number 23. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below the list. Supernova source of cosmic rays, right? Neutron star is super dense remnant. Yeah. Black hole is not allowing even light to escape. And next is white dwarf, last stable stage of a star, low mass. Yeah. So these match the following. ये अकॉर्डिंगली ये मैच किया हुआ ही है ऑलरेडी. सो योर ऑप्शन ए इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट, question number 24. Question number 24 says constellations are imaginary pattern of stars in the sky. Reason: the IAU has established 88 official boundaries and names for these patterns. Constellations are imaginary patterns of the star in the sky. Okay, fine. IAU established 88 for and names for these patterns. Both A and are true because IAU works on the astronomical based theory. Yeah, this is correct. So both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Yeah. So option A will be the answer. Next is question number 25. Which of the following is not celestial object? Over here, Krishna Master, option B is not the celestial object. Pushkar it is, Mangur, Tara, Quasar it is the celestial object, but Krishna Master is not the celestial object. Next is which of the following statements is false about Betelgeuse? False about Betelgeuse. It is star in the constellation Orion. It was first observed by the Hubble telescope. It was first photograph taken of star other than the sun. It is 650 light years away from this. So option C is your wrong. Option A, B and D it is correct about Betelgeuse, because it is not first photograph taken of the star other than the sun. So next is match list 1 and list 2 and select correct answer using the code given below the list. List 1 is unit of measurement, light year. Light year is light year but I am telling you in question number 25 that Mangur Tara is not a is also not a celestial object. Over here they have given the option accordingly, but there in this question option 2 दो ऑप्शन ऐसे हैं जो दोनों ही गलत है. ठीक है, ऑप्शन पुष्कर, ऑप्शन ए एंड ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट. दैट इज celestial object, but कृष्ण मास्टर एंड मंगूर तारा इज नॉट अ celestial object. ये याद रखना. ओके फाइन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 26. क्वेश्चन नंबर 26 इज yeah, option C is the answer. Sorry. Now question number 27. Light year is distance between stars. Parsec is very large astronomical distance. Light year is the distance between star. Angstrom is atomic distance. Second is per unit time. Okay. So option A is the answer over here. Next is, let's move to the question number 28. Question number 28 is assertion given: the pole star is useful for direction finding at night. Yes, it is. It always shines in the north direction. Both are correct. Both A and R correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Yeah, it is correct. Next is I'm sorry. Over here, option B will be the answer. Both A and R correct accordingly. Okay, fine. But R is not the correct explanation of A. The pole star is useful for direction finding at night. Okay, fine. Next is question number 29. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below. Okay, list 1 is concept and list 2 is description. What is event horizon? Event horizon is about what? Yeah, event horizon is about boundary around the black hole. Fine. Next is singularity, gravitational field in infinite. I am marking you for you all. Event horizon is for boundary around black hole, and singularity is gravitational field in infinite. Okay, string theory is vibrating string instead of particle. Standard model is same classification of fundamental forces and particles. So option A is the answer over here. 1 3 2 1 3 2 4 4. Next is question number 30. Which of the following statements is or are not correct regarding the solar system? The solar system consists only stars and planets? No. Meteors and celestial dust are the components of the solar system? No. Are not correct. Okay. The solar system was formed about 4.6 billion years ago. Yes, this is true. So 1, 2 is correct. Okay, but statement 1 is wrong. The solar system consists of only stars and planets. This is wrong. So only one over here. Only one is wrong. Match list 1 and list 2. Celestial bodies and location of the solar system. Planets. This is about planets revolve around the sun. Okay. Asteroids. Because comets will be for mainly found between Mars and Jupiter. C2. Fine. A4. Planets revolve around planets. No. B2. Mainly asteroids are mainly asteroids are mainly found between Mars and Jupiter, and comets have long elliptical orbits. Yeah. Natural satellites revolve around planets. Yeah, this is correct. So option A. So option A will be the correct. A1, B2, C3, D4. I have solved for you all. I have not seen anyone questions, answers. I have find by myself. Yeah. Consider the following statements regarding the sun. The sun contains about 99.8% of the mass of the solar system. This is correct. The mass of the sun is about 3,33,000 times of the mass of the earth. Correct. The diameter of the sun is about 109 times the diameter of the earth. So which of the above statement is or are incorrect? कौन सा गलत है? None of these. Yeah, none of these. ये इसमें से कोई भी ऐसा नहीं है जो कि गलत है. So option D will be the answer. Next is question number 33. Assertion and reason questions. The inner planet of the solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, have higher density than the outer planets. This is correct. Reason: the inner planets are composed mainly of rocks, metals, while outer planets are gaseous in the nature. This is correct. Yeah, both A and R correct, but and R is the correct explanation of A. This is also correct. This is also correct. Let's move to the question number 34. Assertion: Pluto was removed from the category of planets in the 26th General Assembly meeting of the International Astronomical Union IAU held in Prague between 14 to 25 August 2006. Reason is, according to the new recognition of planets, Pluto comes in the category of dwarf planet, end of the part of the stars. Okay, so in the context of the above statement, which of the following is correct? Statement is correct. Both A and R correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Simple. Fine. As simple the question is given over here. If you go through, I am telling you, repeat it continuously, that if you go through your class 11 and 12, this astronomical questions are from there only. Fine. Class 11 and 12, if you are going to find in your class 9 and 10 books, you will get about the galaxies and what is asteroids and meteoroids. You will get this, but in a definition part, in a brief part, only 11 and 12 you will see the astronomical structures of this. Fine. Geography. Fine. Let's move to the question number 35. Which of the following statements is correct about International Astronomical Union IAU? That's its take decision related to classification of planets. This is correct. It was established in 2006. No. Yeah. No. It considered the number of planets in the solar system as constant. No. Its meetings are held only in Prague. Okay, yes. So over here, option B will be wrong. C is also correct. It considered the number of a planet. Yes, as it's given the Pluto has removed. In solar system we are having now 8 planets. You know all that. Okay, fine. So option B will be the answer. It was established in 2006. No, it was not established in 2006. Don't be confused. Next is question number 36. Assertion is given over here. At present, the number of planets in the solar system is 8. Fine. Reason: Pluto has been removed from the category of the planet. Within the context of above statement, which one of the following is correct? Both is correct. Yeah, both is correct. Pluto is removed. Then only there are 8 planets. Both A and R correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So option A is the answer. That's all. Now let's go through the correct order of the planets according to the increasing distance from the sun is. So first is Mercury, then is Venus, then is Earth, then is Mars. You have to learn this. ये ना प्राइमरी सेक्शन बच्चों लोग भी जानते हैं. ठीक है, पहले क्या होता है सन के बाद. So question number next is question number 38. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below the list. List 1 is planet and list 2 is features. Mercury is largest planet in the solar system, second farthest planet of the sun, nearest to the sun. Mercury is nearest to the sun. Venus is second farthest from the sun. No. Yeah. Second farthest from the sun. Yeah. And Jupiter, largest planet in the solar system. Yeah. So over here option A is the answer. Option A is the answer. Mercury is nearest to the sun. Venus is second farthest from the sun. Jupiter is largest planet in the solar system. Okay. Now next is question number 39. Consider the following statement regarding the Goldilocks zone. Statement 1 is, it is the region around the stars where water is possible on the planet's surface, right? It is the important component in the search for life as well. Water is essential for life, correct? Next is, in the solar system, Mars lies in the Goldilocks zone. No. So the correct option is option 1 and 2. Only 1 and 2. Only 1 and 2. Yeah, I was a bit confused, but now I'm clear. Due to extremely high temperature at center of the sun, all the substance present are found in which form? Due to extremely high temperature at the center of the sun, all substance present are found in which form? Option D will be the answer, gas and plasma. Or option D will be the answer, gas and plasma. Consider question number 41. Consider the following statement. The main cause of energy, heat and light emits from the stars in the nuclear fusion reaction. Next is, the nuclear fusion lighter atoms combine to form heavier atoms. Consider the following statement. The main cause of energy, light, heat emitted from the stars is nuclear fusion reaction, correct? The nuclear fusion lighter atoms combine to form heavier atoms. This is also correct. So option only 1 and 2 means both are correct. Fine. Next is question number 42. 42 is assertion given. The earth receives less heat during the aphelion position. Reason, the aphelion position, the earth is at the farthest distance from the sun. This is true. Yeah, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So next question is, what is the position of the earth's farthest distance from the sun called? Of course, we have studied in the previous question. See, question number 42. Answer will be option B, aphelion position. Next question number 44. What is the distance of the earth from the sun? It is 149.6 million kilometer. Option D will be the answer. Okay, fine. Question number 45. On which day, day and night are the equal duration? Okay, this is option 23 September. Yeah, 23 September. I am because of autonomous axiones. We will study in a later question. Because of autonomous Atom, autumn, atom, autonomous. This is Exunus in question number 46. That's the reason. Autonomous. Fine. Atom, autumnal, Exunus. Next is question number 46. Exunus equinox. The two periods is the year when day and night are equal. So over there was 23 September equal, okay, and over here 21 March because of vernal, autumnal and vernal, okay, those two are equinox. That's why two periods of the year, day and night, are equal. Equinox means equal. That is option A will be the answer. Question number 46. 21 March and 23 September. Next question is your question number 47. Where a day and night equal throughout the year? It's equator. Equator. Fine. Question number 48. At the time of summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, the length of the day will be 12 hours. At the 48, I guess it's summer tropic of its equator. It's equator. At the time of summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, the length of the day will be 12 hours at the equator. Question number 49 is the shortest day of the year. The shortest day of the year. Sorry, question number 49. The shortest day of the year in northern hemisphere is on. सबसे छोटा दिन नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में कौन से दिन पे होता है? सबसे छोटा डे, फाइन, it is 21 December. Remember this. It is 21 December. Yeah, I'm correct. Next is question number 50. Which is the longest day of the year? सबसे बड़ा दिन कौन सा होता है? और वैसे गर्मी के महीने में होता है, तो समझ लो ना दिसंबर होगा भी तो मई होगा, नहीं तो जून होगा, बट ज़्यादा तो गर्मी जून में पड़ता है, तो आवर आंसर विल बी 21 जून. फाइन. बट इन दिस ईयर क्या हो गया पता नहीं. व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग दैट मॉनसून इज़ वेरी अर्लियर, राइट, या ना. सो दिस वॉज माई 50 क्वेश्चन. Thank you for watching my video. I will see in you the next video with you from question number 51 to question number all 100 questions. Fine. There are more 100 question given over here. I will solve all question one by one with you all. Fine. Thank you for watching the test series of Han Global Studies, and it was very good question. 50 question I have solved, and I guess I am also memorizing it, and it is very good. Thank you for watching.